doing? My line sister, for y'all who don't know. Can you introduce yourself?
Oh.
Who are you? What you be doing?
Oh, my bad. Sure. My name is Kimberly Brown, and like she said, I'm her line sister, so I am a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. I am also an educator in an urban district right here in Rochester City School District. I teach middle school English. So yes, God bless me.
For real.
Outside of that, I read a lot. I am currently writing a lot. Trying to work on a book, but I'm taking baby steps, more tuning up my blog, making sure I journal every day. And I just bought a flute.
Oh. She did. It sounds good too.
And I remember my B flat scale because if you understand, I'm kind of old. Y'all know I look young, but I'm kind of old. And I haven't played since high school. But my sister has inspired me to pick up my instrument again. So that's really what I do. Don't really do much outside of that. Just keep my head low, try and be productive.
Kimberly's being modest because she just won an award for education. So I don't know who she feeling like, but she's that girl, okay? Like y'all could never, and never will, and never have. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did last time. So we're just gonna start with some initial questions.
Okay.
About classical music, stuff like that, and then we're gonna get into the good stuff. Okay, so what is your favorite type of music?
I'm gonna say neo soul, R&B, neo soul.
All right. Our friend Richard, like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it, neo soul. Okay. And
and who are some of your favorite artists?
I like Erykah Badu, Jill Scott. I've recently acquired a taste for Janelle Aiko. I think maybe it's situational, but. John Legend, who else? That kid Khalid, I think that's how you say his name. Mm-hmm. Khalid. And those are some people I listen to a lot now. So yeah.
Okay, so have you seen any of these people in concert? Erykah Badu, when was the last time she went on tour?
No, she still does shows.
She does shows.
I think she does them in like major cities though. It's usually major cities than overseas. No, I haven't seen any of those people in concert, believe it or not. Yes, I did. I saw John Legend, and it was like a closed, intimate event in Atlanta years ago.
VIP?
VIP?
Yeah. I know, we need tickets. Yeah, it was like very small and intimate. So like almost like those things they do when you see, like used to do MTV Unplugged, and it would just have like that small room, like about this size of people, wasn't a lot. It was real nice.
You met him?
I didn't get to meet him, no.
Oh, he was in and out?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I mean, what's the point of doing something so small if, I mean, no tea, no shade, but I was okay.
So when you think of classical music, what comes to mind?
Like a lot of instrumental. Actually, I like classical music. I played in my classroom to like keep kids calm, so that I don't like it when it's real quiet. So I like to have some sort of background music. So I'll do that, and that way it's not distracting to them. Because if you try and play stuff that they listen to, then they sing it and dance it, as opposed to just hearing it, and it's more calming. And then I know when I was younger, I played the flute. I played it for 7 years. So when I think about it, it's just like more calming, instrumental type of music.
See, that's the opposite for me. I can't listen to classical music and focus on anything else. Like when people listen to it to do work, it's way too distracting.
Because I'm looking like, what the bassoon just
did?
Well, it makes sense because you guys are artists.
I'm like, hold up,
right? And so to you hear different things because you're listening for them. Whereas other people, it's just like we don't hear what you hear. Our ears aren't the same, so we don't tune in. That's interesting. I've never really thought about it that way.
Have you seen a classical music concert? And if so, like, who'd you go with? Where'd you go? And describe like your experience.
I did. I saw one at, I want to say that's Eastman, right there downtown, across from where you Gift Street.
Gift Street, yes.
And it was so long ago. I think I was in high school. We went on a school field trip. And so we went there and we saw it, and it was really nice. I'm not gonna lie, back then I thought it was boring.
Yeah,
I did. I do remember that the conductor was super hyped, so I remember paying attention to him because he was like, looked like he was gonna fly off. But outside of that, no, I haven't seen anything as an adult. I haven't. No, I take that back. I think I saw a play. I saw a play at the auditorium. It's been about 10 years ago, and it had an orchestra.
Okay.
So, but they were like down in the pit, and then the thing was going on. So I wasn't 100% paying attention to the people down, but I do remember just watching that and then watching because I love when they have like the accompanying instruments as opposed to like a DJ or a sound system. I thought that was really cool.
I went to the Chicago Symphony when I was in 5th grade, and at that time I was playing viola for like a year and a half, and I thought it was the most boring thing in the world. Like I thought it was so boring, and it's crazy because it's like that's one of the best orchestras in the world, and like we go into a concert that I play that instrument, I was like, this junk is boring. to watch it, to like see it, so like I feel you on that. It's like I feel like little kids who like really can connect with classical music, I like really admire them, like with the ones who you see videos going around of kids like conducting Beethoven and whatever, and I'm just like, go ahead, because like now on the other side it's like, oh, this is really interesting, I really like this music, I really love it, but it's like when I was younger I was like, how many instruments in the orchestra can you name?
Ooh, so you gonna do me like that? Let me think. You have I can tell me sections. I know you have woodwinds. I know you have strings.
Okay.
I know you have percussion. I know you have your horns, the big ones and the small ones. Right?
The big one and the small one.
I remember I used to love the tuba. Is the tuba in the orchestra?
There you go.
Yeah.
Tubo.
Okay.
Tubo.
There you go.
A degree from Eastman. The tubo.
Let's see. Now, I don't know the difference between like what's the really big string instrument? It looks like a ginormous violin. What is that?
The bass.
Yeah.
The bass.
I feel
Okay.
the bass.
Then you have violins, obviously. You have violas. So what's the difference between violin and viola? Is it the size?
Size.
The amount of strings?
Same amount of strings.
Okay.
But so it's size, and then viola has the same strings as the cello, so it goes a little bit lower.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's it.
You forgot your instrument, right?
I said woodwind.
Oh, okay.
So you have flutes, clarinets.
There you go. See?
What else is in that section? Flutes, clarinets. No, trumpet's not woodwind because it's on. There's no reed.
You teaching general music on the side.
Right.
I'm trying to dig back into the, that knowledge that I stored in the back of my brain. That's all I can remember.
That's pretty good to me.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the I don't want to say the extra ones because people play those instruments,
right?
But like you gotta admit some of them are less common, like bassoon and be like, oh yeah, they go bassoon, like
no one's saying that.
All right, so how many composers can you name?
Oh my goodness. Let's see, Mozart. Bach.
Okay.
Isn't there like a somebody?
We'll take Tchaikovsky.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say Czechoslovakia. Let me think. I think that's all that I know.
That's good. I think you got the big ones that people.
Yeah. But there was one I feel like that that you just forgot the name.
Hold on, let me think. You done challenged me. Wait a minute. Tell me what letter.
B. I feel like you're gonna be mad when you hear this.
Yeah.
Because you know this.
B. No.
Beethoven.
Oh my God. Yes, Beethoven.
We knew you know that.
Yeah,
one.
I knew
Everybody knows that. But Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we're gonna play a little game.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna tell you a word, and you're gonna tell me what the first word is that comes to mind.
Okay.
Ready? Viola. Composer.
Mozart.
Beethoven.
The dog.
Chance.
The rapper.
We did my sister last time. She said the exact same thing.
Oh my goodness. Sorry.
That is hilarious. Trumpet.
Swan.
Oh, the brand?
Yeah. I don't know why I feel like it was a book that had something to do with a trumpet and a swan. I don't know.
Orchestra.
Eastman.
Okay. Simon Rattle.
Say that word again.
Simon Rattle.
Simon Rattle. Question mark?
Not oh interesting.
That don't mean nothing to me.
Okay, let's jump into what we're doing. So what the point of this is we took your musical interests, the people you listen to, and we are trying to put you onto classical music using your musical taste as a vehicle for that.
Okay.
So, and then the goal of this is you're gonna tell us yes or no. Did we put you on the classical music? Would you explore on your own? X, Y, Z. Okay, you want to start?
Yes. So this is hard.
Yours was hard.
It's pretty hard, but I'm starting with sort of like this one that I'm starting with is I kind of like drew on, I'd say mostly Jhené Aiko, but sort of that like that vibey neo soul feel. But I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna play some of it because it's like 10 minutes long. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it, and just you could think out loud like if there's something, you know, you don't have to just I gotta listen. You know, if you have something to say like, all right, Delaney, why you pick this? But this is the introduction and allegro for harp, flute, clarinet, and string quartet by Maurice Ravel.
Listen to.
You know what? The reason why
I'm like, is that bad? We picking Ravel now?
Okay, background. So on the show, we always say how we don't like impressionist music, which is like an era in classical music, and Ravel and another one of WC. We don't like them, but I'm trying to be more open-minded.
To Ravel.
Yeah. And, okay, I'm trying to be more open-minded in, like, other people might like it. So,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I don't want to just not do Ravel and WC because I don't like them, you know? I think she might. So, we'll see.
Sounds like a movie. Like the soundtrack was sad.
Low key like an opening to a movie to me.
Like somebody running across a field and she's looking for her kitten. But it's calming.
You heard you at the beginning? That was you?
Heard it. I didn't want to bust out. Excited.
There you go get it. That's kind of nice.
That was
Sorry,
nice.
I'm not be biased.
No.
I'm not swaying.
Not because you're strings. I know. Nice.
Alright. So that was the little introduction part.
I like that. I would actually listen to that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, for real?
No, I'm dead serious. I would. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so for your first one, you said you like Adele. Okay, so I took this piece by Rolf Von Williams. He's an English composer. I don't really mess with English composers like that because they kind of, I don't know.
String quintet.
You said what?
The piano quintet, I mean.
Yeah. Von Williams is one of like the good, to me, in my opinion, one of the good ones. Because English music, I can't. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what they're doing over there. Maybe it's like, I don't know. But, so he has a piece called The Lark Ascending. It's based on a poem that he was inspired by. And I have the words here, but I don't think I'm going to do that. It was originally written for violin and piano. And then he redid it for orchestra. And this kind of gave me Adele vibes. I'm going to play it for you.
That is very Adele-y. It is.
There's something they got going over there in Britain. Oh, she's British, isn't she?
She is.
See, I
That's
didn't even
what
do
I
it
see what you
intentional.
did
Oh,
I didn't even do
there.
it intentionally.
That also sounds like music from like a lot of those like Asian movies.
It's giving me Asian vibes.
Like I'm thinking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon right now. Like where they're like outdoing their like chi.
Yeah, it sound like that.
It does. deliberate movements. This could very easily be an Adele love song. Now she getting hype and going off in the song. And that's all strings?
Yeah, this is for solo violin and orchestra. So the piece I'm gonna skip ahead just a little bit. This is like a unaccompanied cadenza, but it's interesting because it's at the beginning of the piece. So normally cadenza, it's just the solo player playing by themselves.
Gotcha.
And normally you'll see it towards the end of a piece. What's cool here is he puts it at the beginning, so it's kind of a neat effect. It's like it opens a piece, and then she'll do her own thing, and then the orchestra come in later. Like I'll show you. You ready for your Eastman placement exam?
Right.
I used to always be like, who plays a triangle? Like, what? You think that is? Sorry, no disrespect anyway. That's gotta be boring. Can I ding now?
Can I ding now?
That's crazy.
I could never play triangle. I would fumble the bag every time.
Right.
You could stand for 78 measures, and then I'm supposed to just.
That's what I'm saying.
And my hand doing it? No, in a way.
Okay, so me and Katie had some crossover.
Yeah.
So
we did not work together, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We did not work together. Well,
after hearing that, I had a very different interpretation of Adele, but also Adele's a multifaceted artist.
Absolutely.
So when I was thinking of some of like her. So the last time I listened to something by Adele, it was like
probably unintentionally.
Yeah, maybe. But I remember I used to listen to Adele actively, like, her album 21.
That was the popular one. That was
Yeah.
when I was introduced to her. There's one before that, 19 too. I think.
And I noticed Adele uses a lot of piano, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go that route and find something piano related. And I kind of drew from some of her more like dense songs, like like Turning Tables and like the ones that are like really emotional or heavy. So this is one of Dvorak's. There's a composer, Antonin Dvorak. One of his humoresques for piano. So this is Vivace in E flat minor. Vivace is just like fast and lively and that sort of thing. So
That sound like Adele too, for real. Like I could legit hear her lyrics over the top of this.
I think here it kind of deviates because this is a little bit more like
sing-songy, little kitty. Yeah,
but
they switched up.
But
they
definitely the beginning terms. But definitely the beginning, I got like because Adele has some songs that start just like
no
that
dead serious. Like I was waiting for her to start singing. Like I was like, okay, you're trying to trick me.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little something. So I picked John Legend for the next one. Okay, and to pair it, I picked a piece by Clara Schumann. So Schumann, the name Schumann's a huge name in classical music because of her husband, Robert Schumann. However, people think that Robert Schumann was the bigger composer and Clara Schumann was a better pianist, but Clara Schumann was really the breadwinner for the house. It was just like, it was like 18, whatever. Ain't nobody thinking Clara doing anything. And she wrote this piece called Variations on the Theme of Robert Schumann for his 43rd birthday. And it was like the year before. He had this huge mental breakdown. Like, I'm talking about, like, he threw himself into this river called the Rhine twice. And then he was institutionalized, and then it didn't really end well for him. He died super young. But I'm going to play the end of Ordinary People by John Legend. And then I'm going to play this piece.
Okay. Oh, crossover?
And I want to see, to me, I was like, wait, hold up. I'm not saying John Legend, I'm just saying, like, the style.
He plays the piano, though, right?
He plays it very well.
Yeah, he does. I thought so.
Now we gotta cease and desist in the middle.
But I was like, it really felt like it could just go into this. Like, if it was on they could be on a playlist together. Tell me what you're thinking, KB. What you thinking?
Oh, I mean, hers is definitely more note rich, but that sounds almost the exact same. It does.
I mean, Claire Schumann.
So do R&B artists sample classical music too? Like, you know how they love to sample music all the time in their songs? Maybe he sampled it.
Everybody likes to sample classical music because I feel like every time they do it, it seems like it's like this new revolutionary thing. Like, it'd be like, man, I'm gonna put some strings on it, man. I'm gonna put the strings on the bottom, man.
Right.
Now, I know this is You Got Show. There's a song by John Legend, and it was on his, I believe, no, it wasn't Ordinary People. It was one of his earlier albums, and it had heavy flute on it. I can remember it. And I want to say, I can't remember the name of it now. I have to look it up. And I'm going to send it to you guys because I remember driving in traffic on 20 in Atlanta, and I used to listen to the CD like in rotation, but sometimes you hear different things depending on where your mind is. Right. And I'm like, do you hear that? Listen to those flutes. I hear them. I was like super excited about it. It's time to find out like what song that is.
Yeah, I would love to know because we've been wanting to do some content on like classical music in other genres. But
there's another song by this guy too, and he calls it the flute song. And he's a rapper. He's a rapper, and I downloaded the song just because he did that.
So for my last artist, I chose Kendrick Lamar. And this piece is gonna be a little bit different. It's called Runnin'. It's by a Swedish composer named Ludwig Göransson, which he got an umlaut over the O. I can't pronounce those, so it's gonna have to be Göransson for today. But it's actually from the soundtrack from the movie Creed. Actually Creed 2.
Okay.
And like a really good way I feel like to get introduced into classical music is like listening to movie scores. Although I personally, like, I don't like to play movie scores, but sometimes listening to them is like it helps you like visualize like what's going on because that's like why they put them in movies. But if you take the picture away, I feel like it is a more like it's easier to like grasp, and then from there you can get deeper into things that sound like that, and then I feel like it's easier to branch out from there. So it's gonna sound a little bit unconventional for classical music, but classical music does sometimes use like electronics and beats and that sort of thing. So it is a little out there, but I think it gave me definitely if you're into rap music, I feel like it would you definitely like it.
You can't do that.
That's hot. That's hot.
Oh, that beat dropped. I was like, now hold on, little bit.
I just got some goosebumps.
Okay, and the thing about this song, there actually is some rapping in it. Towards the end, A$AP Rocky is actually in this song.
Oh wow.
It's about 5 minutes long, but I'm gonna skip to where you can hear him coming in.
Is that a Rick Ross on?
That dude's or DMX.
But it's like it's still full orchestra behind him rapping. You know, like
And people will be listening to the words and not even realize that they're listening to an orchestra behind.
it's that same thing. And it's and it's like people will listen right here and not realize it's a whole like 4 minutes of full orchestra before this. Yeah. But when I found this, I was like, "Now hold up, we gonna have to use this somehow, some way."
Yes, you have to. You have to. I got goosebumps when the beat dropped. I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I should be dancing.
So mine's is also Kendrick Lamar, but we gonna bring it back. We gonna bring it back to what I okay. So I picked a piece called Kendrick Lamar. He's rap, upbeat, not mumble rap, but
No, not at all.
at all. But still, like everything's. I also think like Kendrick Lamar has a really broader depth of sounds. Like like if I listen to like a Migos album or like, for example, Offset's new album, not so new album, it's like he has different sounds throughout it, but it's still like it's not as varied as how when I listen to Kendrick Lamar, I'm like, okay, like this is completely different than what you had before. So I picked a piece called Symphonic Metamorphosis by Paul Hindemith.
Oh my.
Paul Hindemith is a German composer, and we stand him as violas because he wrote a lot of stuff for us. I think he was a violist.
Okay.
He wrote this. He called it Symphonic Metamorphosis because he took Carl Maria von Weber. You hear me? He's German. Weber. Weber. That's my Eastman education. He wrote a piece called Metamorphosis. So Hindemith has put it into symphonic form. So what I'm gonna play for you is the second movement, which is the Scherzo movement. Scherzo movement is a dance, but here's the thing. It's so lit. It's he freaking did that, okay? Like he really did that. I'm hoping I'm not like I'm saying too much, but like normally you'll see composers play around where they put the Scherzo movement, because normally you'll see like opening movement, the first movement, then you'll see a slow movement to contrast, because they were all about like contrast in classical music until we got to like Debussy, and then they'll put the Scherzo movement third. Here we see it in the second movement. But I really hope you like it. So I'm gonna play a little bit of the beginning and we'll skip ahead to the good part.
Okay.
Oh, here you go.
Uh-huh.
So we're presented with the theme, and we're just gonna see this like recycled and snipped up in all different types of ways as we keep going.
Somebody else is playing.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that trio.
You have a couple of instruments underneath. You have like a clarinet and you have bassoon. So now I'm gonna take you to the part like almost like what a fugue is. So we're gonna have that main theme, but everybody's saying it at different times. It's a situation. Remember when I came to Founders Day like mad late last year? I had to play this concert, and this piece was the only thing that made me like not be as mad as I was.
Oh, wow.
Remember I came at like 9 o'clock?
Yeah,
That was such a mess.
You're not doing that this year, right?
At all. I'll be there at 7:22.
I saw you about to be like on time, and then you were like, "Wait a minute."
Okay, so here's the few part.
bows and stuff. Feathers. Now, see, you like that? That sounds so chaotic to me.
It sounds chaotic. See, I can see where you get that from. Also, Paul Hindemith, we're looking at like 1950, 1960. So he's starting to toy the line with like, does it sound like a little weird to you?
A little bit.
Like,
I'm thinking Greatest Showman.
Yeah, like a little off. It's like a little, because we're trying to play with tonality. Like, stuff don't really sound as clean cut as like when Beethoven would, like, harmonically, this is like ba-da-da-ba-dee. You know, it's like, let's throw some other notes in here and make it like,
some things that are like unexpected. Like,
yeah.
You know, like sometimes in school when you're like learning about melodies and stuff, like your teacher will sing a melody and then you sing it, like you finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is more like you can hear like how you think a melody's gonna end in your head when you're thinking about like music that's tonal, but then when it comes to like Hindemith and everybody after him, it's like you wouldn't, the melody might not end the way you expect it to.
And then it's just like, it's a lot. I can see where you get chaotic. It's a lot going on. Like, it might sound like you're nervous or something, like a blaze. Like, I don't know, but I got, because it's like its fugal nature, I'm like, okay, this is like low key lit, like Kendrick Lamar. But what you think? Your face looks like,
I liked it better in the beginning.
Really?
I
like
did. The simple thing. And maybe because I didn't hear the build up, like the gradual addition to each part, it just went from like that real
just
clean,
dropped you
right in the middle. I'm like, what's going on? I just see people running around, stuff flying, falling off. I feel like it's Black Friday. Like, TV, and it's just like, oh my God, where am I?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you had been on that journey throughout,
that's true.
Then it wouldn't have felt out of nowhere.
Okay, so let's wrap it up then. Okay. How likely are you, like, from now, like, how likely are you to listen to classical music again? And not like unintentionally, like you are going to, like, I'm going to turn on Beethoven, I'm going to turn, but outside of your classroom, right? Because you said you put stuff on for your classroom. So outside of your classroom and outside of accidentally listening to classical music on an elevator, like in a movie, whatever, how likely are you to turn classical music on?
Are you asking me on like a scale?
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's hear it.
1 to 10, an 8.
Really?
Yeah, I am, because you guys helped me hear some like different stuff that I know, like listen to the score in the movie, and then like I think back to when I played the flute. Like one of my favorite things to play was the flute had a phenomenal piece in the Phantom of the Opera, and so I used to love to play it. I had it memorized. I didn't even need to read my music. Like,
I'll give you some of my favorite orchestral flute solos too.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like now having you guys like as resident experts, you can like put me on a different composers or different pieces that I otherwise would never know for myself, that are probably a little bit more modern, probably are not as snoozy and elevator-y as I'm used to. And I would totally listen to it, because honestly, I'm disappointed with a lot of the music today, and the foolishness messes with your mind. So to have something different to listen to that, you know, I feel like it'll teach me something new and give me a different vibe, absolutely. Let's make that like an 8.5. Okay. 8.5 out of 10. Okay. Just gotta know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you turn on those stations and you're like, okay, I'm about to go to sleep.
Yeah. You know? And that's with anything. Like, imagine like introducing somebody to rap, right? It's like, if the first thing they hear, it could go either way. Because if the first thing you hear is Migos, you're like, I don't like that. First thing you hear is Tupac, you might like, okay. And I feel you gotta build up to, because Tupac was rapping about real stuff, and then now Migos rapping about bands and piano keys and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so how likely are you to explore classical music on your own?
Very likely. Yeah. With some guidance from you guys, because I don't even know where to start. Like you guys just like were spewing out information because you're so educated, and I'm like, what era? What? Oh, you know, just think if I have a guide and where to go, I'd definitely do it. I'm very likely.
So the 8.5 too, or is that like
yeah, absolutely, right there, same. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it. Can you rank pieces that you heard today? From like the one you like the most.
That one from that one that I heard from the movie. That's my first one. Okay. I like that other one you just played. That was comparison to Kendrick Lamar with the flutes in the beginning. They got busy. 2 for me. What was that other one that had the flutes too? You're like, that's you, and you dropped. I think it was one of the first ones.
Jimmy Bell.
like three. And then I don't remember the rest.
We could take your top three.
Yeah, that's
You want to do
right.
that?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right. That's my top three.
Okay. And
Clearly, I'm biased, obviously.
well, that's
All right, and lastly,
this is the most important.
right, did we put you on?
Yes, you did.
Listen, this is an improvement because I think what Danielle was like a 3.
Yeah.
She was like, I said like a 3.
Wow. No, you definitely did. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
We get better at this.
We are.
Definitely.
And this is I love this because when you like what you like, you like what you like, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm always listening to when I'm listening to classical music. I listen to Tchaikovsky, whatever, Sibelius, but now I'm like, okay, I want her to be where I want her to like, because it's hard when someone's like, because I can see why people think classical music is boring. I'm not saying that, but it's like it's kind of hard when you put your life into something and like that junk is boring,
Right?
You know,
like, oh, that's what you're doing,
right? You don't play jazz,
Yeah.
So it's like I wanted you, ain't my sis. I wanted you to be here where we are, you know, and I was like, okay, and it makes you explore other things.
It does, and I think too, it also talks about the mindset of a person, like if they're open-minded or not. Like a lot of people, like you said, they like what they like, and they like it's like food choices. It's like, okay, I'm gonna eat chicken nuggets every restaurant I go. I don't care if it's a 5-star restaurant that has the best steak in the country. Like I want chicken nuggets. Like that's just people's mind.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, so whatever your version of chicken nuggets is, I'll take that. But you know, I'm more open-minded, so I'm always looking to explore new things and learn new things because I know it's more than just what I know. And so to even in music, I know there's more than what I know. And not for nothing, like I said, I'm very disappointed with what I hear just recycling on the radio every day. I don't feel like that's doing anything for me in terms of being diverse, in terms of being open-minded, in terms of learning something outside of my county, my state, my country, you know. So I'm totally down with it. So absolutely.
Okay, KB. I love that.
Plus, I like being different too. So
Yeah.
you know, if a whole bunch of black people start listening to classical music, y'all might have to like help me find something else.
Right now, we here trying to put her on the country.
Right. You know, like everybody be like, yeah, no.
We listen to yodeling.
Yodeling.
Well, thank you, KB.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Thank you, ladies. This is really awesome. I like this. I like what you're doing.
Thank you.
Very good.
Now, the moment of truth, this is Young still recording.
All right.